Good morning. First of all, I apologize how I look. It's 4:30 in the morning, and I'm making a coffee, and I'm grabbing my bag, and I'm on the road, and I don't know how much I can record because I'm going on the motorbike this time instead of going in the van. But bit of an interesting video. Let's see how much I can record and gather up. Join me on the journey for something very, very interesting, something I never ever thought would ever happen. But anyway, let's make a cup of coffee. Everybody, well, I'm in Greece, done a very good run, a bit cold through the mountains, going through Korcha, Pogradets, even through the border of Greece, very, very cold. But then as soon as you get away from the mountains, same as Tirana, Tirana's nice, perfect weather. As soon as you get away from the mountains here and you go closer to Thessaloniki, yes, Thessaloniki, it's not as cold, it's actually nice. I've done very good, I'm not far from where I'm going, and since You know, I'm not in uniform, even that this is a work trip. I can be a little bit myself, can't I? So wherever you're watching this from your comfort of your lounge and your nice big screen TV, or for the Australians, if you're sitting on the shitter and watching this, and for the boys on the Portaloo on the job site, while your boss is out there yelling and going, get back to work, get back to work. Oh bro, hang on a sec, you just made it to Greece, I need to see what's going on, the video's just started. Get out, come on, go do some work. How estás? This. Nah. I don't know what I'm saying. The language sounds pretty cool though, doesn't it? It is November, it's somewhere around the 5th or 6th of November, I think. This might be my last motorcycle ride outside of Albania till at least March. Albania is much warmer, preferably weather is so much more nicer, so much better. Like living in Tirana, living in Albania, just weather every day in and out is perfect. So I don't think I'll be going on the motorbike outside of Albania till March, but I've got to concentrate on work anyway, so I'll be a bit busy. This will be an interesting trip. I'll try to record as much as I can. I haven't done a video for like 2 weeks, so got a cup of coffee and a muffin. Olympus Plaza. This is on the main highway, so this highway takes you to the Saloniki, or it veers off and goes towards Macedonia, towards Skopje, or it veers off to go to Albania, or you can go straight on this highway and it will take you all the way to, I don't know what the city's called in Greece, but you get a boat to go across to Corfu, the island of Corfu. It's a bit noisy here. For the Australians watching this, yous that haven't left the country, when you've got neighbours, there's one good thing about living in a country surrounded by neighbours. You know, you can take a pic and, you know, for one day if you want, you can come to Greece and go to Macedonia and go to Kosovo. Like, speaking of that, last Saturday, I was in Kosovo. I went to Kosovo to have a hamburger, and then I went back home. It's same as today. I've come for this job, which you're gonna see, and I thought about staying in Thessaloniki, but I was in Thessaloniki 2 or 3 weeks ago. I stayed here a night. Both times that I've come here was for work, but why not? Once I finish this job today, why don't I just go back into Albania, and I don't have to like ride all the way to Tirana. I can probably stay in Korça if I want to, and Korça is an amazing city. So that's what I'm thinking about doing, is staying in Korça. Just if that's how the plan goes. I'm meeting up with a surveyor, and he reckons it's about 2 hours work, so I'm going to hold his hand. But anyway, more later. I want to have this tea and then we'll chat, probably hopefully at the job site. Alright, so here we are. I'm at this beautiful house. I'll give you a bit of a backstory. Now if you jump onto the website, our website, and go on to global services, I think it's, no, global clients, sorry, global clients. It's a vision that I had in Australia. Why? Because there's a lot of Albanians that live, work, have businesses outside of Albania, and a majority of them are in America, Australia, Belgium, Germany. You know, they're everywhere. And the thing is Albanians that are outside of Albania, they want to find a builder, a landscaper. They want to find someone they trust to do the work. And it's a bit hard because like Albania doesn't really use websites and stuff. So from my experience, what I've done in Australia, I had a vision of what I wanted to do in Albania. I just didn't think that the direction of where this is going, that this is where it's going to go. For instance, I have an Albanian that has got this property. I'm not going to go too much because of privacy concerns. I'm not going to go too much into it, but he has this property in Greece and he needs a landscaper. So I never thought that I'd be going down the road of doing a property in Greece. Like, I have thought about doing a property in Croatia. I have, and I will, but never in Greece. So, like, you know, it sort of opens up your mind in a way, like, because you want to concentrate and build the company in Albania, which it will happen, and build the name, but then to expand and to do other places, you know, like, after having this meeting about 2-3 weeks ago is the only time that I thought, like, wow, like, you know, like, can you imagine doing some landscape work in Germany? And what does that mean? Like, how do you take all your tools in there? Well, it means that you go there with your brain of designing something, making something, using all the products from that country, all the materials from that country, and taking your workers with you, staying there for 2 months, how long it takes to do the job, and completing it. So it's still more affordable for the client to do that than to actually get someone from the country, like in Germany, Greece, or whatever. So now that I've gave that explanation, by the way, I just got here. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a tour. So this is the back of the house. I'll go through everything step by step. I want to show you the view. This is the whole reason why, when I had the meeting here about 2-3 weeks ago, I seen this and I thought, how perfect. This is ready for landscaping. How perfect would this be for Tirana landscapes? And look at the property he has. This is, what can you say, is like underneath the veranda. What I like is this room here. Now, the reason I like it, I haven't even been in here, but I've seen it. Okay, what I like about this room is if the swimming pool is going to be down there, then all the pumps, the filtration system and the computer system can be in this room, and we can have a brand new door that can close. We'll have a walkway for the pool company to come in and do the services, and you can come in here, but that's ready to go. All it needs is a door, so that's fantastic. And then I've got to figure out which way we're going to take the pipe work. So pipe work come out of here, so it's hidden so no one can see it. Dig a trench, go all the way down, down, straight, because the swimming pool's going to be right over there. So he owns that property as well as this property. All of this has to be landscaped. Let's go up here so I can give you a better view. So the client obviously hasn't moved into the property yet. So, alright, let's go over this. So, look at the view he has. Now, my vision is a swimming pool right there. Now, I already have an idea of what sort of swimming pool, and it's not a swimming pool that you think of. Square one. It's not going to be that. It's going to be... Actually, I'm not even going to explain it at the present moment. But I have a vision for the swimming pool right there. Clean this whole area out, remove all those palms. I've got to talk to the client, but I wouldn't mind trying to keep some olive trees here and only remove probably 2 there where the swimming pool is going to be, and probably that 3rd one over there, and have the swimming pool fit right in there. And then the other thing is, in this section he wants guest houses, so when the family comes over they have their own place to stay in. But then the other thing that we're thinking of is that if he's not living in this property most of the time, there goes the drone. If he's not living in this property most of the time, I said to him, like, to make this into an Airbnb, so you know you're making money while you're not here or through the year, and then the guest houses could be converted into Airbnbs and they could use the swimming pool and the landscaped area. Anyway, let's just get into this properly. All of this landscaped in a Mediterranean way. I'm thinking more Spanish Mediterranean. That's what I see here. Even that we're in Greece, we can blend it in, make it happen. All those trees I want to keep. Alright, so I got a microphone just to sound nice and clear, and I can think clearly. By the way, as I said it before, is as I'm walking around, I'm thinking, okay? So the first time I came here was for a meeting with the owner. The second time I'm coming here is with a surveyor to do full measurements of the property. And as I'm walking around here with you, I'm looking at it now as how we're going to do this. As you can see, let's go to this corner here. You can see how big it is. Like, the land is huge. And to think about having a big swimming pool here. We already have a room for the filtration system. It all sounds easy, but you know, landscaping is not an easy job. Then over here somewhere, we have to have some funky guest houses. That's interesting. I don't know if you can see, but there's a swimming pool there next door. And it's empty, there's no water in it. Never do that, okay? Never, just because the season's finished and we're going through winter, don't empty the water. Always keep water in the swimming pool. Never take it out. Even if we've got 6 months of winter, leave it in there. It will go green if you switch the filtration system off. You can leave it on for it to operate. You can leave it on for it to operate once a month or 2 times a month, or for 1 day. Let it do a full clean by itself, but don't take it out. Reason why is the concrete will crack. Okay, it will crack depending on, Australia's a bit different to here. One sec, Australia's a bit different. So here the soil stays still, it doesn't move. Australia, the soil moves a lot because Australia's made of clay. So the clay in Australia shrinks, contracts, shrinks, expands, shrinks with summer, winter, hot, cold. So which means is the concrete slab or the swimming pool goes up or down, up and down, and we're talking small increments and small movements. Now, sorry, when I close my eyes, I'm thinking, okay? So when the concrete slab is moving with a couple millimeters, there's chances of it cracking. Now, because you have removed water out of the swimming pool will go up. Reason it will go up. If you grab everyone as a kid, 1 second. I don't know if I'm in the way of the drone here. Okay. Everyone as a kid has played with boats in the bathtub. Okay? Maybe the girls played with dolls. We played with boats. And if you get a boat and you put your 2 fingers in the boat and you push down, it comes back up. Push down, it comes back up. Okay? The resistance of the boat, the water, pushes it back up. Okay? Now, inside the ground, there's a water table. So, depending on what country you're in, depending on where you are, like if you're in the Netherlands, you could go in 100 mil, or you could go in that deep, 1 finger, and you'd reach the water table. A do ti ke pikto? In the Netherlands, sorry, you'd go in one finger and you'd reach the water table. And there's some other countries where, you know, it would be 3 meters deep. Regardless of what, you dig deep, you dig down, there's water there. So you put a concrete swimming pool there, eventually it'll start pushing up. It will start cracking. And it doesn't matter how much steel you use or what sort of concrete you use, it will crack over time. Now, the best thing to do is to leave it full of water. Why? Because of the water table. The water table is always there. If you fill it up with water, then it's all equal. It doesn't go down or up. It just sits there and floats. All right? There's a science behind it. You've got to know all these things before you build. All right? Let's investigate what we've got going on here. He's got lights under here, which means I've got to turn this into something. And these two trees here, I'm not really excited about them. To tell you the truth, I think once I figure out what we're going to do here, I think they should be removed. But only because like they're not really, you know, aesthetically pleasing or something beautiful that's going to complement the house. I mean, look at them. And I am for trees, don't get me wrong. I love trees. I would never say cut down the tree, except this one here. If you look at the house, okay, he's done a very good render of the house. But look at it. It's like half of it is leaning on that side, annoyed by the house, and the house is annoyed by the tree. So I just feel like that has to go. All this has to be cleaned up. I feel like, just thinking out loud at the present moment, is that he should have a wall going along here. But speaking of a wall, let's investigate. Because this goes all the way down. Oh, it goes gradually down. That's the other thing that he wants here, is he wants a walkway so he can walk down to the beach, because the beach is just there. Otherwise he has to go all the way around the block. So it's something we've got to work towards, which, I mean, that there's carved already, and there's another layer down there. It's a park. But I think we can make something beautiful going through here, and you zigzag through there. But actually he said he didn't want to zigzag, he wants to go straight through, so it's shorter. So it's going to be a challenge. I don't want to investigate. This is a mountain, and we can see there's a house over there that's been sitting there for a long time and it hasn't fallen down. But when I think about building a swimming pool this close to the edge, I think, imagine, holy shit. Are you serious? Sorry about my language. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Okay, so talk about challenges. Imagine if this slides down. This will be my last vlog, guys. Whoever's watching this is like, don't say that. Don't say stuff like that. Oh, mate, listen. 1 sec. Look at this. This tree is like, I can feel the whole ground moving. Alright, I want to go down the bottom and investigate this further. Alright, so the swimming pool's over there. It's still very, very close to what I just seen. Obviously the swimming pool's not here. I would have said no to it. Okay, because that cliff now looks worse than I actually thought. All right, so let's go down the bottom. We're at the bottom. I must admit, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I mean, I'd like to touch that to see what it is. There's a crack there. There's a crack through there. That's a big cliff, like. Even though, you know, we're not on the edge, we're further in. Even though you're further in with, you know, you got to think of something like heavy rains. You know, like sometimes you hear on the news, like torrential rain for 4 weeks in Greece. And everything is so soggy and wet, and that's when the whole cliff can give way. And it could be also blamed too, is because you ended up putting a swimming pool there too. So the more I look at it, that even where the crack is, that's rock. All those rocks have fallen down from there. So, from my experience, usually you would think to yourself, if erosion has happened and rocks and soil has fallen down, you would have seen it on the ground, same as you see that rock right there. But because it's so close to the ocean, the thing is it would have fallen down, the ocean would have taken it away and you can't see it anymore. So yeah, you look for evidence of how much has fallen down over a certain years, and then you make a determination away how much has fallen away. But in saying that, I mean, that tree looks like, has that fallen down? I mean, it is sideways, it has fallen down, but, or is it growing in there? Okay, that's fallen down. You can see half of it exposed. Okay, so half of this clip has fallen down. All these rocks have fallen down from up there. I'm not talking much because I'm thinking out loud. I'm thinking and just analysing it, because I'm not here to make videos. I'm here to actually take this job on. And I need to make my own analysis of the situation. I don't know if you can see it on camera. See that crack right there? See that crack right there? Which means that piece is ready to fall down. That piece is ready to fall down. See, the gap is opened up higher up above, but it's closed down the bottom. So it's already leaning off. All it's waiting for is for someone to start doing works in there. A little excavator start working away, a little bit of vibration, and the whole thing falls off. And okay, that's fine if there's no one here, but how much more is going to fall down over time? See this, as it's a clean cut? That is rock. Look, this is slidden down. That's come down right from there. Wow, I'm so good at my job, I swear. That tree is next, by the way. That tree is, you can see, let's go over here. No, I'm not scared. You can see that tree there. Half of the tree, the roots are missing. Half of the other roots are inside in this mountain. So if we had winds going that way, am I holding this the right way? My apologies. If we had winds going that way, that would fall over straight across here. And in saying that, how come, I was going to say how come there's no trees here already, but if they would have been, the ocean would have taken it away already. Understand? Well, hopefully you understand. Here's one. Let's have a look at you. Oh no, you're in the ground there. No problem. No problem. That's good. What else have we got? Yeah, we don't have any logs here whatsoever. There's nothing big over time that's fallen down. Or the other thing is that it could have fallen down and the ocean would have taken it, because what happens with timber? Come on. I can't do all the analysis here. What happens? Timber, wood floats. So as the water raised up to there, even if there was a big log right here, it would have floated away. Where would it gone? Come on. Come on. Where would it gone? It's like I'm talking to kids. Hey kids, where would it gone? Guess? 1, 2, 3. Australia. That's right, kids. It would have floated away to Australia. Now, what are these over here, kids? What are these? These are drums. Now, they have floated in because they haven't fallen away. I know that you would think to yourself that, you know, there's olives in them or olive oil from Greece, and no, because it's here. And there's some over there. So what happened here, kids? That's right. They fell off a boat that was coming from Colombia and they floated on shore. So what happens in that situation? Well, we take it home, don't we? Because it's full of Colombian goodies. Oh, I love who I am. I love who I am. I'm puffed out from that. Let's go back upstairs. Sorry about my helmet here. So the surveyor's finished. He's leaving. He's taken all the measurements and I've done my analysis, and I'll be leaving in about 5 minutes. Thessaloniki, by the way, is straight across that way. This guy's got an amazing view, amazing property. So I was going to stay in Thessaloniki, and then I thought to myself, like, what for? I've done it multiple times before. Plus it's a bit weird by yourself. Not really, but you know what I mean, maybe it is, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to go back into Albania and probably stay in Korcha. We'll see how it goes, but I'll probably stay somewhere around there. Don't know where I'll end up. There's a time difference, 1 hour time difference. So here I think it's 12:30. In Albania it's 11:30. Yeah, 12:40 at the present moment, 11:40 in Albania. The border from here is about an hour and 20 minutes away. So I'll jump on the highway, get into Albania, and then see how I feel of where I'll end up and see what I'll do. This job's finished, so I might as well get out of here while the weather's not cold during, you know, the afternoon. So I better stop recording and I'll chat to you later. Slovenia, and here's Greece, and this is where I am. And I enter this way, and then I'm going to go to Korch. I'm thinking of staying a night in Korch. I'm just too tired to go to do the whole thing. So there's Pogradec, and then that's Elbasan, and there's Tirana. There's Duz, Yushna, Zor, Himar, Saran, Geocaster, Delvin. Beautiful, beautiful country. Beautiful country. Gorgeous book. Trapoi. Here's a good place for what do you call it? Hiking. I've been here. Hello, good evening. So I'm in Korch. I made it back to Korch very quickly, right? But tiring. I've got a sore back, which I hurt my back 2 weeks ago at work, and it's winter, so I'm not 100%. Now, what I want to say, I got back to this hotel. Wow, what an amazing hotel. Sometimes you get lucky. And the hotel that I got, as soon as I walked in there, I took my jacket off and my pants off and my shoes off, and I laid on my back. I fell asleep, I think for like, I don't know, 3-4 hours, because I feel great at the moment. I mean, I went downstairs to the motorbike, grabbed this camera, and I'm shooting. By the way, speaking of just shooting, my videos might be all over the place, okay, because I have no script, I don't plan it, I don't think about telling you what I'm going to tell you. Maybe I should in some context, but I'm just going with it. I think I'm trying to keep it as natural as possible, right? I'm not trying to be someone this and this. I'm just documenting the life of Tirana landscapes. This is an odd one, and tomorrow is going to be a bit of an odd one too, but I see why not. I think it's something interesting. And what was I trying to say? So yeah, I got to the bike, picked the camera up, pulled the camera out of the bike, pressed record, and I started talking. So more or less, the hotel here in Korch. Korch is a beautiful city. If anyone's been or haven't been, absolutely amazing city. It's like Korch has got like winter vibes. So preferably, it's actually a romantic city. So preferably, if you have someone, you'd want to come to Korch. But if you're by yourself like me, I don't think, I'm telling you, like, I don't think it's something you should do. I'm only here because it's a stopover going home. I thought I'd have a sleep, have something to eat, go home. But yeah, it's like, look at it. It's just like, you know what it reminds me of? Prague. Like, this has got Prague vibes without like the ice conditions of Prague, you know? Well, actually, you know, I mean, here it gets a bit cold as well, middle of winter, but you know what? I need to find, where am I going to eat? I need to find a place to eat.